He didn't come in with his eyes on the floor. Said you ain't got a hinge, you can't close the door. Over stood up a full 6'10". Said you can't close the door when the walls caved in. Asked him for water, he brought me some wine. Finished the bottle and broke into mine. Get what you come for, you're ready to go. And it's 1 in 10,000 done come for the show. Abraham and Isaac digging on a well. Mama come quick with the water which fell. Ooh, clear water where you can't never tell. Moses come riding up on a quasar. Spurs was jingling and the door was ajar. His buckle was silver, his mantle was bold. Asked him to come on in out of the cold.
Yo, we're here. We're doing it. We're gonna be playing. Let's hope that this is a good level. Haven't streamed in a while. How's everybody doing? Haven't wanted to play Goblins. Probably still shouldn't play Goblins, but I'm taking a look at MTG Goldfish, and I'm seeing that the top 5 decks are, or maybe the top 6 decks include a couple combo decks. They include Mono Green Tron. And they don't include, for whatever reason, Blue Red Murktide Blitz, whatever you want to call it. There is Grixis Lurrus Shadow list that might suck. I haven't played against it yet, but we'll see. So we're going to discuss our deck here, and then we're going to get right into it. So basically, we're just going back to the ways of old. That's what the Spirit of 76 is about. Honestly, the Spirit of 76 is because we have 76 cards here. We're loading up on Blood Moons. We're loading up on Ley Lines. We got a couple Thoughtseize. We got a couple spot removal spells that are hopefully good enough right now and probably not. In fact, one of these Tarfires should just be a Fatal Push because we really only want to tutor up the first Tarfire and the second one will hedge. Sting Scourger here for Murktide and Reanimator. Mass Vandal here for Kaldra. Main deck, old school, Pyre of Heroes, Mog War Marshal, Crater Maker, Max in combo, hoping to maximize our turn 2 Blood Moons against the decks where it matters. Full 4 Vials, all that stuff. None of these shenanigans we've been doing. The extra card here. What is the extra card here? Well, I add the 23rd land, but the extra card here compared to like the old lists is probably, I think, because we have all these hierarchs now, we just have like 5 1-drop mana goblins instead of 2 or 3. But we're gonna get right to it with this, and I mean, you can get a 5-0 with goblins. We're gonna see if today that's for us. So, cards in the Spirit of 76 will be locked. Trust me, I'm okay with that. I don't have to return them to anybody. So, why have we not been playing? For a while. I mean, I can pull up the metagame reports and the tournament finishes and things like that. Oh, by the way, we're just like totally... Like, Mill, if we run up against Mill, this Sting Scourger should be like Gaia's Blessing or something like that. But honestly, who cares? It's Mill. They were in the top 8 of the last tournament a bunch, but it's like, you know, kind of a dice roll anyway. We have removal, we have interaction, whatever. But if you take a look at what the metagame looks like, and we're going to join this match, don't worry. For the last 14 days at least, you got Burn, fine matchup. Hammer Time, it's a coin flip. Crashing Footfalls, can't beat him in a million years. Elementals, if you Blood Moon him turn 2, you'll be fine. Tron, same deal. Control, we can deal with that. We can beat all the decks that people shouldn't be playing as well. Now, if we go up against something like Asmo Food, I shouldn't even speak the name of the devil. But if we go up against rhinos and food and things like that, we're gonna have a bad time. But we have the tools. In fact, I think we're gonna keep this hand. Aether Vial is one of our strongest cards in the more mid-rangey matchups. Obviously, Ignoble is pretty damn good. And Boggart is half of our combo, and with the Vial, you can do some shenanigans to draw, you know, to basically tutor up your card eventually. So it's not the worst card to have. Neither is this. We have 2 Copperline Gorges in the 75, just so we can put out things like Hierarch on turn 1. Just, you know, so it doesn't hurt us so much. I think it's 2. I think that was the 23rd land I added was a 2nd Copperline Gorge, but I might be wrong. And I'm always happy to see them. Like, it's pretty good. And we do put out Vials on turn 1 over Hierarchs, especially when we don't have anything particularly exciting to play. So this looks like Blood on the Snow control is what I would call it. I'm just going to put this Blood Crypt into play tapped, and we'll Vial in Hierarch end of turn, and next turn probably just slam a Ringleader. But control decks are generally good matchups to get for us. And when I say that we're just going to make sure that we have 4 mana next turn, this Inquisition can't hit our 4 mana Ringleader, and they'll probably end up taking Pashlik Bonds unless they're really afraid of the combo, but I don't imagine they would be. We may get pushed either way. We may get Thoughtseized. But a control deck, especially mono black control deck, we should be fine. So Surprised to see them take the Harbinger. I guess they're taking it because it's like the only thing I could play next turn, sort of, but I mean, I am just gonna play out Pashalik Mons. I mean, I don't know a reason not to, especially since I'm gonna be able to play this Ringleader next turn either way, uncounterably, even if they play a blue spell. I think they missed a land drop, right? Liliana, alright, that's good. Okay, so we sacrifice Pashalik Mons and we're gonna kill Liliana. Liliana would have died. I mean, trading 1-for-1 with a Liliana is not too bad. There's only a very few cards in mono black that can, you know, even threaten to take over a game. Liliana's sort of on that list. She gets high enough, it's difficult to put pressure on her. But Ringleader, hopefully, going to be great here. And Mog War Marshal and Goblin Matron are good enough. Probably going to search up another Ringleader and then just tick this Vial up to 4. Start slamming out hits. Up the lighting a little bit in here, just get a tiny bit brighter. Oh, and let's make sure that our card preview window is on. Show the preview pane. Thank you. So this is a Smallpox deck. Okay. Glad that I don't have to sack an artifact. Oh, I was supposed to have vialed in this Matron. That's okay. It just means I'm going to have to sacrifice this Ringleader. Okay, I'm going to have another one. I guess we'll sacrifice Auntie's Hovel. Cavern Souls doesn't really matter, the uncounterability or anything like that, but like... And you know what? Not vialing in the Matron, I think I should have, but it's a stylistic choice that you can make because you don't know if they're going to play something here. Like, if they play Stoneforge Mystic and they get something, maybe I want to grab something else out of my deck. So it's like sort of safe, but Matron for Ringleader, just still a good play. Let's go. I mean, so you can play Harbinger first to guarantee a hit with the Ringleader. I don't like doing that, generally. I don't think it's really worth it. And I also don't... I mean, now I don't want to play it because I don't want to not draw a land. Also, this obviously no longer looks like Blood on the Snow Control. This is some kind of Pox deck that... I guess they're also on a Reanimator plan. I don't know if the Modern Entomb is an instant or a sorcery. I don't remember off the top of my head. But we need to put pressure on them as best we can. We're going to have a Sling Gang next turn. So I don't think I ended up with a Lord in my deck. I made this about an hour before I went live. Yeah, we didn't end up with a Lord in our deck. I think the best thing to get is probably just Snoop, but I think the safest thing to get is this Crater Maker. So Snoop is the best thing to get because like you kind of force interaction around it. If you draw another land, it's like very easy to play that and hold up Munitions Expert. It draws cards off the top, but Crater Maker really just stops them dead in their tracks no matter what they get from here. Like, if there's some weird hate bear that they play, Crater Maker will kill it for sure, or Munitions Expert will. Alright, so we have our 4th land, which means we are safe to play Boggart Harbinger now. Copperline Gorge coming into play untapped. Not ideal, but honestly not too bad. Like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I think they're just dead to me playing Sling Gang Lieutenant next turn. So if I get to hit them with all my creatures, so it's like probably the best thing to do to just either play Crater Maker or hold up Munitions Expert. So I think I'm just gonna do that. Like, why even play anything else? And we'll see what they have in store for us. It could be a Liliana or something. Could be another Smallpox. You'd think that 4 lands would be their sweet spot, but they don't seem to have anything here. I'm not going to flash a Munitions Expert just for damage. What could this be? Is that Settle the Wreckage? Is that 4 mana or 5? It is 4 mana. So I think I'm just going to play this first. I mean, they're flash creatures if they exist. Probably aren't that scary. Yeah, there you go. I don't think they're actually on Settle the Wreckage. It's just, you never know. Like, if they're playing Smallpox, they might be on... Although Settle the Wreckage Smallpox is kind of a non-bow. Black-white. So, we kind of expect Stoneforge Mystic. Sting Skirt. Oh, we saw some Reanimator stuff. So this is good against Reanimator. I don't think Reanimator is enough of their deck that I want to play Leyline. But maybe I should. Like, if they get an Archon out, I actually have 0 ways of killing it. So I have to bounce it. I mean, 0 ways. You can Munitions Expert, right? Like, that's usually the plan. If their interaction is mostly Vindicates, though, and I imagine they have some kind of sideboard stuff, maybe we just, like, kind of stick to our guns with the combo and bring in stuff that is more focused on dealing with their graveyard shenanigans. I think we can kill them long before they get to reanimate Priest of the Fellright, so as long as we kill it with this stuff, I think we're okay. Let's try this out on the draw. Just 2 Harbingers, some more interaction. We don't really know what's over there, and it's really hard to know what's over there in these sewer-type decks, but I think we'll be fine, honestly. And I think this is a really good starting hand. I mean, you get to test what kind of hand they kept, and I think we win even through an Archon, I'm guessing, although I don't know. I'm gonna play this tap, see what they got. Let's pump this music up a tiny bit. So there's the Priest. It is a 2/2. They can reanimate an Archon here. Actually, I guess we don't win through a reanimated Archon, right? Because... yeah. This doesn't cost any mana. I was thinking they were going to persist it, but they just get to do this in the other order. So let's see. If I play Snoop and they Archon me, I'm not beating an Archon with this hand no matter what. So I think I am priced in to just getting out of Snoop. And our life total is sort of irrelevant if they're gonna... It's sort of irrelevant if they're gonna be reanimating this big fatty that takes over the game immediately. So, we'll see if we're dead. It's basically what it comes down to. If we do get punked out here, which it doesn't look like we're gonna, we don't get punked out. They just ending our Snoop, which is not bad. Which means they don't have a way to get Archon in the graveyard in their hand. Otherwise, they would have done it. And this land is a great draw, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. So we're just gonna... We're gonna play out this Aether Vial. If they attack with the Priest, we'll flash in the Munitions Expert and try to do the old Ambush Viper. See if that works. And if not, we probably will play nothing. And just kind of wait around. Although we do have to deal with this priest one way or another. So, like, I imagine they'll take our munitions expert here. But as this vial ticks up, the matron plus Snoop thing becomes more and more threatening to them. So there you go, they take the matron. Are they gonna attack? What kind of a move is this? Is this a double secret special tactic that they're about to do? Or did they accidentally just walk into my flash creature? Ambush Viper. I mean, now they have to kill this, right? Yeah, so, I mean, good job. It's like not the best thing you could be doing with your turn, I would think. With your Fatal Push, I would think. Another Flagstones, which is not a prismatic ending, because our Aether Vial lives. Tick the Vial up. Ringleader, not bad. So here, I mean, we're definitely playing Matron. The question is what I get with it. I could just get a Snoop. And I think I am just going to get a Snoop. Because at this point, we do beat an Archon that they reanimate with a Snoop. So that's good. We'll take 2 here if they choose to attack. No problem. You got it. Take 2. I think Archon deals damage in chunks of 9. But could be wrong. So all they did was fetch? Or no, I mean they Flagstone, but I don't know what. I mean, it's probably just all removal. So, I mean, oh, 2 Snoops is good. Okay, so we're just gonna play 1 Snoop without Flash, make it look like we sort of made a mistake. That's probably not the best thing to have on top. Not super relevant, but don't want to make the mistake of blocking with this Matron, so I'm just gonna attack, get my 1 damage. We can obviously still Vial and Munitions Expert if that becomes relevant, but I don't think it's gonna. We can also, like, in response to them trying to get this thing into their graveyard, we can then kill the priest. So they're gonna kill our Snoop, which is fine, because we have another one. I'll take 2. Now this is, like, dangerous here, but we're going for it. Tick up the Vial. They have 1 card in hand. Let's try to kill this priest. Yeah, they're hyper F6'd. So we will we'll just kill him. Give him the old 1-2. Where are you, Kiki Jiki? Come to the top. Target my own Snoop. Do it again. Make 19 more of them. Kill you dead. GG. Alright, well, doing fine against the sewer deck, but then again, shouldn't be playing the sewer deck, should you? That was your mistake, not mine. My mistake was playing Goblins. But, I mean, that is what the deck does. You got game against pretty much every deck. I mean, if people make mistakes, you can capitalize on them because you have this Splinter Twin combo that you can play on turn 3, right? So you catch people unaware without removal. The old EDH problem, just play more removal. Most people, especially in Modern, I mean, there's this new era of like tons of unholy heats and lightning bolts and things like that. You know, just tons of cheap, efficient removal. But basically, since Modern's inception, you'll hear Cedric Phillips say this, it's been a degenerate combo format. I mean, the very first tournament was won by Blazing Shoal Infect, right? It's never, it's really never been in a spot where there wasn't degeneracy going on. And we'll keep this against the Luris deck. You don't really want to mulligan, and we have the combo in 2 lands. They mulligan to 6. The Asian Kid. That's a good name. Play out of Wooded Foothills. Probably gonna get a Stomping Ground. Actually, probably gonna get not a Stomping Ground first. Basic Plains Esper Sentinel. So if this is Hammer, this is like the perfect hand against a Hammer type deck, and by that I mean perfect hand if we draw a card, a land. We haven't yet drawn a land, but we're gonna go for it. We can just grab Mountain, seeing as we don't have... You know what? I would be real upset if there was an Ignoble Hierarch on top and I had no way of playing it. Not a land on top, but not the worst card to see. Well, sort of the worst card to see. All right, Hammer, what do you got for me? What have you got? It's gonna be Springleaf Drum. Are they just like wondering how dead they are? So this is one of the reasons I wanted to add the 23rd land. Just when you can put yourself into spots where, you know, you just need a land to win, that's good. It's usually better than whatever card you added over it. Okay, main deck Pithing Needle coming out to play. It's gonna make me look not as dumb when I don't have the 3rd land. Well, they named the wrong thing, so there's that. But they might think that it's the right thing, so we'll allow them to continue that, and we'll just kill them next turn, hopefully. So we want to play something threatening so that they maybe put removal on that instead. And there's no way... Can I get got here by attacking with Snoop? I don't think I can. So we're going to attack, just like make the Snoop look as unthreatening as possible. He's not a blocker. He's not even... You can't combo, right? Like, that's the idea. So you can combo, they just don't know it. So I'm pretty sure they don't play basically any interaction main. Especially not instant speed interaction. Because they kind of just ask questions over and over again and wear people down. So, we're going for it. There's no way we're not going for it. They know we have it. I imagine they're thinking about if they should kill Crater Maker or Snoop if they have removal, but it's like, are you not just... Like they're thinking about something, because if they were just going to Urza Saga, and if that's all they had the option to do, they'd just go, right? And I think they've decided to just Urza Saga. But we're going to untap and go for it. And we can wait until their end step. until our end step, actually. Like, we can combo off at instant speed. And, like, if we can just, like... They only have one main deck Pithing Needle. Maybe they think we made a mistake and they'll just activate Urza Saga here and we'll show them. Yeah, okay. I think that's exactly what happened. So, again, when your opponent makes a mistake, let them keep doing it. That's like a classic thing. Don't inform them that it's wrong until you can actually win. So, we have this. They have not conceded, but that's fine. We're going to kill them either way. Next game, do you bring in Blood Moon versus Hammer? Is the question. I don't think you do. You definitely leave in all your combo. I think you bring in Crime Punishment. That's why I have the card. Is this 20 yet? No. I think now it is. Oh, this is 17, 18. Oh, this is way more than 20. Alright, so we clear our auto targets. Target the Boggart Harbinger. Say yes. Put Sling Gang Lieutenant on top. Thankfully, we play 2. Target them, save targets, sack all our snoops. So, combo's good right now. I've been struggling to figure out why the meta has evolved to the place that it has, because I kind of don't really understand. I don't think you want Sting Scourger here. It's like only good if you have Vile. I think you want Thoughtseize, and you definitely want Crime Punishment. We probably don't want to play long games, so I could see boarding out like even 2 ringleaders. Actually, I think Pyre of Heroes is maybe you board both of these out, and then half their threats have flying, so like I don't think War Marshal is that good. And then you can like Munitions Expert stuff in response, so maybe like Pashalik is just too bad here. And that brings us down to 61, which is the perfect number. And then maybe on the play you bring in Blood Moons, but I don't even think so. I think Crime Punishment is good enough to deal with Saga and all that stuff, so I don't think you want to go too hard on hating out Saga. I mean, this is very close to the ideal hand. They'll have some form of removal after board. I hope they don't have a lot of it. Play 1 Snoop. They kill it. Play a 2nd Snoop. That's it. And that'll be all she wrote. Turn 1 Urza Saga, usually not good. What kind of hands do you have that you kept turn 1 Urza Saga Memnite? Right? Oh my god. That's gonna be so good if we get to do that. So, for those of you who don't know, the reason we play this instead of Engineered Explosives is this says destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with mana value X. Engineered Explosives is worded similarly, but Engineered Explosives says non-land, so it wouldn't kill the Urza Saga here. Now, that being said, I don't think I'm very scared of the board state and 1 construct from Urza Saga, but I do keep them from getting a Pithing Needle, I suppose. But then they can just hammer me? So am I just supposed to wait? I think I am just supposed to wait and hit this on 1. Although they'll get the Pithing Needle and they'll name they'll get the pithing needle and they'll name Kiki Jiki, but then I get to do crime punishment on one. Or they may just get greedy and grab hammer. I wonder what they're gonna do here. 2 hammers kills me, doesn't it? There was no way for me to not die to 2 hammers? No, there was. No, they just grabbed hammer with the tutor. Okay. The 2 hammers does kill me. They're looking for a second. Looks like I'm not dead. If they pass, I think they're just conceding. And like we could not go for it and just like if I play Harbinger, right? If I play Harbinger and they have Path, let's take a look at the top 8 or the latest Hammer Time deck list. Just the sideboard. They do have paths. So, considering that, and considering how lethal this crime punishment on 1 is, I'm just going to do that. Wow, and we got the Kiki on top? That's like dirty. So green, black, 1. So they're dead 6 ways to Sunday here. They can path my Snoop, and in response I can make more, and then we'll make infinite. That will eventually survive to our turn and untap to kill them. We'll see though. So this is gonna wipe them aside from a Plains and a Memnite. So glad we didn't attack first. This is what the ZamGGIE had it. That's what that's for. When the Kiki just comes to the top. Without you doing anything, because we just had it the whole time. Drew it up that way. And then, so this is what I was saying. You just wait. You say no here. Kiki Jiki will remain on top. We will have a Snoop with the same thing. We'll go through it again. So we can actually block. Yeah, and here we just make 200 Snoops, untap, hit them for at least 34. So that's when I say we punish people for making mistakes, like that's kind of exactly what we're talking about. So they have a path here. Okay, so because they have the path, we'll use it, we'll shuffle away our Kiki Jiki, we'll grab a mountain, and we'll just kill them when we untap now. Because we are going to get to untap with a bunch of Snoops, and we do have a Boggart Harbinger to play. So we kind of got really, really lucky, but we also kind of played well and they didn't. So this Boggart Harbinger, Kiki Jiki, and we're doing it all with token Snoops. Let's just target the leftmostest and go to town, same way you normally would, except it's all tokens. They could have just waited for us to draw that Kiki Jiki. Although, I don't know. I mean, they obviously made a couple missteps, but we're fine. So we did it to them first game, I think. You would think that they'd concede, but maybe there's just like maximum saltage going on over there, because like we had the combo plus. So we have to make 34. We don't want to make the mistake of not having enough. So we're gonna wait till we got 3 stacks and then some, and that'll be 34. That's 2 more. And then turn off auto yields. Now I could have to play safer. I could have taken that Harbinger off the Ignoble Hierarch off the top. I could have put Kiki Jiki into play and done things that way. But you don't always have to have to do everything exactly correct to get there. So we've got over 34 goblins. They're jumping around, but eventually we'll be able to click on them and kill our opponent. All right, quick 2-0. Just gonna keep going. Beat 2 white decks. It's the red decks we have troubles with. That Unholy Heat is some card, let me tell you. It's really not Unholy Heat. It's Ragavan, it's DRC. They close the door so quickly, and they have so many ways to answer your combo that, like, even if you do stabilize, like, they have a couple top decks that will just put you out of the game. So, like, because you'll stabilize at, like, 7 life. And, you know, then you try to start playing ringleaders and doing your thing. And you're, like, really inefficient, even though you're very grindy as well. And, like, when you cast a ringleader and they cast a Murktide, and you're turning the corner with ringleader, and you're like, okay, now I'm going to play 2 goblins. I have 3 total goblins on board. And then they play a 6/6 Murktide. You're just like, oh, okay, I need 3 more goblins to deal with that, even if I have a munitions expert in hand. So it's like, and then they just need 1 Unholy Heat, or they can even make it way bigger than this. It's really difficult. We just don't line up great against a lot of these new hyper efficient decks because they are also very grind. Patriarch's Bidding could be an answer to that, but I think, and I'm saying that as I'm looking at these copies of Patriarch's Bidding, but I think that the problem with Patriarch's Bidding is that, like I said, their threats are efficient, so the games are over really quickly. Like, they can cast a 5-mana card long before you can, no matter what, because, like, they'll always have ways to interact with your Noble Hierarch, and sometimes they'll hit you with Ragavan, right? So, and they'll have Expressive Iteration to hit all their land drops. Like, you're not going to get Patriarch's Bidding out before they have a chance to do things they want to do, right? So, when you're trying to play it, you're hoping for this really long, drawn-out game where you have stabilized and you have enough of a buffer to work with, and our mana base, which is slightly more painful now, combined with their crazy aggro threats in Ragavan and Dragon's Rage Channeler, just makes it so those games don't last very long, actually. You have like 1 or 2 turns, they turn the corner back over, and, you know, and with a different deck, maybe. All right, so this is Amulet. As long as we don't get turn 2'd, we have the win here. We're gonna play out the Snoop and not attack with anybody. Pretend we need to maybe shuffle with the Bloodstained Mire to find what we need. But this, I mean, apart from some absurd draws that they have, like Arboreal Grazer and Explores into multiple like Azusa type effects. Usually they can't turn to you, so we'll see. I mean, here's the first Azusa type effect, Dryad, so they get to play another land here. And it's the same forest, so it looks like we made it out alive. Although Arboreal Grazer may change that, because they can explore after this too. So they get 2 mana here. I guess they can't do anything. I think they're just done. Like, even if they explore, the best they can do is keep putting out lands that make 2 mana, I think. Unless they had another Vigor, I guess. Another Amulet. Okay. So, this is why people say, and I'm not telling you it's true, this is why people say our matchup against things like Hammer Time and Titan are good. And it's because we can win on turn 3. But that doesn't mean that it's actually always, like, good. You kind of are down to a coin flip. You're down to a couple coin flips. Number one, you're down to, can I mulligan to my Blood Moon or combo? Which, I don't know if it's 50-50, but it's not exactly, you know, it's not 100%. We definitely don't want to play a long game. Pyre is often too slow, as is Aether Vial, and then we're not blocking. So maybe we leave in this. If Aether Vial is too slow, Pyre's too slow, right? So I guess you leave in this. You could play Fatal Push. You could, I mean, Crater Makering an Amulet is like so not really reasonable. I'm pretty sure they play Urza Saga now. So, like, do you want to bring in Crime Punishment for those hands? And then, like, it's... I don't think so. Like, I think Munitions Expert is actually pretty bad. So, like, a Sting Scourger and maybe not a Fatal Push, but maybe the Masked Vandal could be better. Because, like, Munitions Expert, what are you killing? You're getting 4 out to kill a Dryad, so, like, might as well have these things that can work on an off chance. But really what we're looking for here is a turn 2 Blood Moon or a turn 3 combo. And those are our ways to win. So this is not a turn 2 Blood Moon. This is a turn 3 Blood Moon plus an Aether Vial. And it's a Blood Moon where we don't have black mana, but we do have an Aether Vial. Is turn 3 on the draw fast enough for a Blood Moon? They kept 7. I'm willing to bet that it's not fast enough. Like, if I play Vial and they play Amulet, and then they turn to play Dryad, and then they Titan me, and I just play Blood Moon, I'm dead. We're gonna mulligan. How does this hand work? If I turn 1 Hierarch, turn 2 Snoop, we could have the combo if we draw it. They did keep 7. I mean, if they stumble, they're dead. So, if they don't have a perfect 7, we should be good. Do we throw back Pyre here? His Masked Vandal can sort of handle some of their stuff if they kill our Ignoble? I think so. Because the Matron is just as good as the Pyre for this hand. Okay, Grazer on 1. Likely putting in a bounce land. 3 mana next turn. And we can still draw a Blood Moon off the top here. We didn't, but we could have. Goblin, Hierarch. Pass the turn to you.
Am I right, boys? You're supposed to say
3 mana, Dryad. Am I dead? Possibly. They have 4 mana in play. They can go up to 5, 6 if they have that Castle Garen Brig. We don't have any goblins in the graveyard, so Mass Vandal can't take out this Dryad, which kind of sucks. So the best I think we can do anyway is just play Snoop. And get our stuff into play. Vile is a terrible draw. I guess we could have, like, attacked with the Hierarch. Much harder to run that bluff on MTGO than it is on Arena. Because, like, it's very fishy to attack with the Hierarch, obviously, so they'll probably block with the Arboreal Grazer. This is an infinite combo that you need 2 Amulets of Vigor for, so I'm not afraid of this at all. Next turn we'll have 4 mana. I could just block with this Ignoble Hierarch and take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if they had a Titan, they could play it this turn. And right now, as it stands, they can draw a card and put a land from their hand onto the battlefield. But my question is, do I want to block so that I can Masked Vandal their Dryad? No, because I don't care what they... Like, right now it doesn't matter unless they get a Valakut. And they can instant speed a Valakut with Gretchen in play, but I think that's fine. I mean, probably aren't winning that game no matter what we do. So... Still can't do a ton here. Gonna play Matron first. Not gonna have this Thoughtseize for next turn, unfortunately. To, you know, clear the coast. To make sure the coast is clear. For our combo. But, I mean... They have 1 card in hand, so, like... If they don't have it, we do. And it looks like they kind of didn't have it this turn. Here comes Gretchen, draw a card, though. If it's Valakut, it's obviously awful for us. No land. But they do draw again. Were either of the top 2 cards Primeval Titan? That would kill us. Tell me what it is. I'm on the... Okay. Summoner's Pact. We're dead. Did we have a way around this? Yes. We did. We chose not to take it. We tried to fade 2 draw steps. I mean, I'm positive that they top decked that based on how they played it. We just, if they get Valakut and they don't point it at my face, we're done. We're just making sure that they do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So there's Valakuts. I wonder, maybe, okay. I mean, look. This is like, kinda sad. Oh, they have another land? Okay. So I was like, they're just like making a huge mistake, but they had the land. So it's just lethal. Like, if you get a win that way, it's like, it's not, your deck isn't actually good against them, right? Like, you just, against that, you just got pretty lucky. The game plan's fine. I mean, Munitions Expert is bad. We know that. Nothing really. Probably, I guess I could have played safer and Mask Vandaled the Dryad. And then they've got, like, pretty much nothing. But one of those draws could have just as easily been a Dryad, right? So, like, because they had mana. Then they would have had Construct. I probably should have done it. And I did know that it was something I could maybe do. I just chose not to. So, what's good about this hand? You turn 1 Vial, turn 2 you can still Blood Moon if you draw it. Turn... Yeah, it's not good. This is also not good. Like, turn 3 Blood Moon is okay. And I guess we have basic Swamp here, but you do have Snoop. But you need a 3rd land. I'm willing to mulligan this. Well, going down to 4. And we'll keep this, and it's a piece of dog doo-doo. You want to keep these and this. Just throw these back. We can win with what we've got here. So we have an extra look at it. Maybe I should have kept, but this kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier. With, like, you have good matchups, but they're pretty coin flippy because you really are all about your opening hand and mulligan. So it's hard to call them good. They kind of just go back and forth. But I mean, you know, sometimes you just never didn't have it. So you so you put your hat. It's in the chat. Oh man, I typed it wrong. Why is it that I'm a second-class streamer, so my emotes are so hard to type? Man, if I were them, I would be mad. Because Ghost Quarter into Amulet of Vigor, I do not think can win. Maybe they play Dismember though, so we'll see. Second Amulet? Oh, they could turn to us here. They could turn to us. And, like, again, goes back to what I'm saying. Very coin flippy. I mulled all the way down to 4 for the turn 3 combo. Found it. Still may not win. Still may not win. None of the previous hands would beat a turn 2 either. Looks like they're going to play Explore as opposed to... Oh, no. Okay. I was going to say looks like they're about to play Explore because they're just making 2 mana, but they have to do that with the double triggers, just the way it is. I was reading it wrong. So here's Dryad. Dryad into... I think you need a Zusa to turn 2? I'm not sure. Because right here, 1 Sanctuary drop or whatever only gets you up to 5. And they've already played their land. So, like, you need another Explore. All they've got is Ghost Quarter? Ghost Quarter? Oh, destroy target land. It's a May. It's a May. Do I not search and then Sting Scourger them and then just wait to draw land? I believe so. I mean, they don't know that this card in my hand isn't a land. That was the correct play, I believe. But we're just going to bounce their shit. We want to make sure that we have black mana, no matter what. So next turn is Auntie's Hovel. We're gonna kill him as long as they don't interact with our noble hierarchs. So they won't have a Dryad in play, so they'll only have one land drop. I don't know if they have other lands in hand, because that Ghost Quarter play makes sense even if you do have other lands in hand. So they could have 4 mana to then play Dryad to then, you know, kill us. They have 6 cards in hand. Wouldn't be that crazy, but we may get there on the Mulda 4. They can see the land on top, so their long hesitation here and their first main phase is slightly promising, but it could just be them deciding one of the many ways to kill us. Could that be them just making sure that they don't mess up their line? A Dryad would leave them with 1 mana floating and another land drop, which if it's a bounce land, obviously they'll have it. So they'll go up to... Oh, leave them with a ton of mana, actually. Excuse me. A bounce land actually just plays Titan here, but just a Titan isn't enough. So you kind of need to play Dryad and Titan. So I assume that's what's going on over there. They're figuring that out. So, like, let's say they play Selesnya Sanctuary or... Okay, so they Summoner's Pact.
Nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free.
Yeah, so they're gonna have 6 mana here to Titan. What did they reveal? Reveals Primeval Titan. Okay, so they're gonna play Titan. They're gonna search for 2 lands. I think this is lethal. I think they've got us here. I'm not sure. I think Double Vigor is lethal with Titan. I know you can haste it, and I'm pretty sure you can double strike it. And that would be 16, although they don't have anything else. So 16 doesn't kill us. And we would block with our Sting Scourger because we're not paying Echo, so it would really be 14. We'd go to 3. I actually don't know. So I guess one of the big questions about is Modern in a good place right now is, was this a good game? Like, I mulliganed to 4 for a combo that almost killed them. They Ghost Quartered me to delay it. It was like very haymakery. Was it good? Don't know, actually. So do they activate this twice and now it's a 20/20? But then we take 18? Ah, wow. Is our painful mana base gonna do us in? Or maybe they have another Boros Garrison? Usually they need to pick up the Boros Garrison, right? Because they don't have 2 red-white lands like that usually. We'll see, though. So, oh, they get Vesuva. Okay. So Vesuva gives this double strike. Well, not Vesuva. Sunholm gives this double strike. Vesuva copies the Boros Garrison. They swing at us. We take 18. We're at 17. So that's game. So the question is, would you consider what just happened a good game? Like, I was dead on turn 2 if I didn't have my own thing that would kill them, right? Like, turn 3 was as fast as I could do it, and I got there on a 4-land hand and wasn't good enough, right? So, like, it's questionable. Like, their deck is really powerful, right? And it's not that we can't hang, but it's not like it's good. wouldn't call it a good matchup. I'd say it's even. If it's slightly favored in either direction, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not ours. And we don't. They're not on anything we know. We have Vile and Ringleader. We have ways to buy time against things like Ragavan, so we'll keep. Although it's probably not Ragavan, considering they revealed nothing. But it's really hard to tell these days. And I don't care about them knowing that I'm Goblins. I'm about to play Blood Crypt into Aether Vial, so either way, right? So anybody heads up knows that the only Black-Red Vial deck is Goblins. So they got nothing. Wooded Foothills go. It smells like a Wrenn and 6 deck. We will see if that's the case. I kind of like just playing a second Vial here, because I think this game is going long. Wrenn and 6, if they play it, would ping down one of our Goblins and, you know, we'd have less to go on, but as it stands, I think we're going to play Harbinger and then Vial in Mog War Marshal? Naya. Is this Naya lands? Is that... Okay, Enchantress. We should be able to... As long as we find a Snoop, they should be dead, because they have trouble interacting at instant speed, and we have Vials that are about to be on 2 and 3. Do I just put a Snoop on top?
Turn it up again and see if it... Oh, wait a minute. Here comes something. Whoa, here comes something.
No, I don't think so. The question is if I don't really want to play out this Harbinger anymore. Because it's not Wrenn and 6, so... we're just going to play out the Mog War Marshal. Tick our Vials up to 2 and 3. Play Goblin Ringleader, hope to hit a Snoop or a Matron, which will then allow us to Vial in a Snoop and combo them when we untap again the turn after. Enchantress's presence is good. It helps them find their lock piece. We really have to hope that they don't, what's the word? Solitary confinement us. Not gonna pay Echo. Gonna tick up both Vials. Kind of just crossing our fingers here. And that is sort of the theme of Modern right now, isn't it? We have a couple sideboard cards for this, so... even if we lose game 1, it's not the end of the world. We found just a Basilisk Mons? Ugh. So what does that mean? That means I'm gonna attack with everybody, is what it means. They block because they're not paying attention to what Basilisk Mons does. We would get them, but they don't. We're gonna have to seriously look at lines that win us the game immediately, depending on what they play. Because we have Basilisk Mons and this Harbinger, we could get a Sling Gang and maybe just, you know, kill them. We got to see how much life they're at after this turn, because they do gain a bunch of life because of this Sithis. Let's see if this is solitary confinement. It's unfortunate, and it is. Okay. So you have Shroud, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. And they skip their draw step. So we don't have a way main deck to kill this. I don't think. We're going to play as if we do until I get a tutor out. And that doesn't involve tutoring on this turn exactly. Although, do we upkeep tutor? I think so. They have Shroud, so we actually can't target them with Sling Gang. So maybe let's stack our deck here. See what we got. So if they draw one enchantment a turn, you know, we're done, right? Because they just... But if we kill this, slit this before they can give it Shroud, maybe Enchantress's presence doesn't get them there. It's like kind of unlikely, but it's possible. So I guess we're gonna play to that out. So that being said, what do we want to draw? I mean, Skirk Prospector is pretty good with the Pashalik, but I think Munitions Expert is just fine, right? I think we're gonna go... I mean, we have 4 Munitions Experts, and we kind of need this Prospector, so we'll put the Prospector on top. File in this Ringleader. We get some Matrons, which is not bad. Kiki Jiki, which, whatever. I mean, we have to kill this Slithis, right? So, and it's not combat damage, right? Just all damage? Right. So, no reason to do anything like too fancy. There's no reason to attack even. We are going to kill this Sithis. And play a Matron out. So, problem is that we'll get a Munitions Expert just to get us out of any further jams. I don't know, test Magic Online for bugs, but it doesn't actually matter. So, you know, they may end up sacking this Solitary Confinement at some point just to not being able to maintain it, especially if they're playing out lands. I don't know what they're going for here. But we're going to have, like, this machine of, like, infinite creature removal, as long as their creatures aren't enchantments that have Shroud, because it looks like they're about to play Sterling Grove. No, Sanctum Weaver. Okay. So Sanctum Weaver draws them a card. So it's card neutral for them to play enchantments, as long as they only have the one Enchantress effect, which does eventually run out. So we're just checking on that. But the more they play, obviously, closer they get to no longer being card neutral on that type of thing. Creature and enchantment spells you control can't be countered. All right, so we're gonna have to kill that. And we're gonna have to kill the Sanctum Weavers as well, but I think we're gonna start by killing this thing. So red, black, do that. Probably gonna play this Kiki Jiki out. I don't think it matters if I tick these up, but I actually can't play Kiki Jiki without sacking something if I don't tick it up, so I'll just do that. see what's on top. Fire of Heroes is not the worst. We can turn... nothing exciting to turn into anything. So I can kill both of these before they untap. And I guess I'm going to do that. So we can Violin Kiki Jiki. We can make a copy of Munitions Expert. Kill this. Although maybe this was wrong. And then we can just sack Munitions Expert, deal 1. I guess I could play this Matron, but I kind of don't want them to see what I'm going to do with the Matron. So what we're actually going to do with the Matron is we're going to vial it in and find a Munitions Expert to kill a Sithis if they play it. That is the idea. They should obviously play Sterling Grove first, if that happens. If they play a Sterling Grove, I would probably just concede. I'm not sure. It's only a couple turns to wait. They keep playing lands, which, like, if you don't hit, you're gonna have a hard time if you don't hold those lands. Okay, so on Thin Ice cycles. What exactly are they going to kill? They target the Kiki. 1 damage to any target. Can't target them. Don't want to be forced to target myself. So I think we just let Kiki die. The fact that Sithis is an enchantment is nuts. Alright, Seal of Fire, also an enchantment. Pretty good. Probably going to kill Pashlik here, I would think. Abundant Growth. Oh, Abundant Growth draws an extra card? Damn. Alright, that was good. I'm gonna hold off on this Matron, because I don't actually mind. We're just gonna leave these forever at this point. Just pull things off the top. Another one. I kind of want to get this Pyre of Heroes into play, but like I also need to leave up Matron for Munitions Expert on an Enchantress effect, so can't play it. Can't play it. You can see they have a lot more time on the clock than us. Playing your opponent's deck is tough. Figuring out your own outs. But now that we found them, we should be playing a lot faster. Second Solitary Confinement. Oh, did they let the Solitary Confinement lapse? And I missed it? I guess I didn't have a window there anyway, but I fucked that up, I guess. So they stole our Pashalik. That's fine. Maybe they'll let it lapse again? It's, damn, feeling dumb for letting that happen. Although it just lets you draw a card, right? I guess that's why they did it. What are you getting now? They take one of my Snoops. That's fine. So, this is like a boring slog, but again, with just one Enchantress effect, it's not over. And we can just like keep playing it. So when they had let that lapse, if I had tutored for a Kiki Jiki and put that into play, and then put Sling Gang on top, I think they're just dead because I had Pashlik Mons in play and it would have been double damage. But I actually didn't notice that their solitary confinement, they didn't pay for it. So that was a little bit unfortunate. Cast a Banishing Light. Assume they're going to go after my Snoop again. They go after Munitions Expert. That's fine. So there's Sithis. In response to them casting this Sterling, they did this in the wrong order. I mentioned it earlier. The correct order is to cast Sterling Grove first. Don't be greedy. Protect your Sithis. So we will kill it. They do get to draw 2, though. We can pretty much safely F6 at this point as well. We're going to play out our Pyre next turn.
I'm just making my escape hatch.
I don't know. This is like Slogfest.
Yeah, the blue
I should probably concede for my own sanity. Okay.
They're touchy about that. Less piercing.
I mean, do I even want to draw that? I'm just waiting on their draws, so it doesn't actually matter, does it? We can vial it in when we draw it, so like we'll have some shenanigans. But at this point, if they cast a Sithis, we're locked out, and we just concede to that. Just by the way. So we'll see. Oh. Well, second Enchantress effect is probably it. If they cast one enchantment here, I'm done. And that's it. Alright. So that does it. How do we deal? We have Mass Vandal. We have Crime Punishment. I guess Thoughtseize is probably pretty good here. But Crime Punishments and Mass Vandals are going to be really good. You probably still want to combo them. Munitions Expert may end up being bad. I don't think you need Mog War Marshals. It's like you're probably trying to combo ASAP. So taking time off to Mog is not great. I don't think Ringleader is going to be that good. You're not going to draw more cards than them, right? So you don't want to go into that game. There are loops where you can lock them out with Pashlik Mons. Even if you can't kill them, you can, like, and they some kill with Emrakul, and you can stop that nonsense. What do I take out? The last, I guess Crater Maker sucks. I mean, it kills Sithis, but we brought in these, so when the die roll, we would like to play first. Aether Vial and Thoughtseize, but with no combo. Kinda don't like it. It's like a decent hand. We can't even cast Thoughtseize, actually. Let's just mulligan. This one's okay. Put back up higher. If we draw, like, you know... If we draw Land Harbinger, it's obviously, like, ideal. Super ideal. Although you do really want a Vial in this matchup, don't you? Just because all of their removal is going to be instant speed. Or sorcery speed. So this might be a bad keep. In fact, I may just play out Pyre of Heroes here. I think we play out Pyre of Heroes because, like, on Thin Ice, like, there's no reason to get got that hard by it. Yavimaya is going to be really annoying for the rest of the game, although it will allow us to... doesn't look like they have a third land? Oh no, this is their turn too, isn't it? So I think I'm gonna grab...
Got to go to Tulsa. First train we can ride. Got to settle.
I don't know what to grab here.
One small point of pride. There ain't a place
I think maybe I'm supposed to just play Hierarch and Snoop here.
from the sun. Ain't a bed can give us rest.
That's pretty cool, being able to play Hierarch off of Yavimaya mana. I like that. Maybe we wanted to shuffle, but the fourth land for Ringleader is never bad. So they could on Thin Ice here. This Hierarch can become a Snoop through this Pyre at any point. So, like, we have a lot of ways to combo as long as, you know, they don't lock us out. And the lockout is double Sterling Grove. They play an Enchantress's Presence, which we're going to kill, I think. So we can turn this Ignoble Hierarch into a Masked Vandal, which will fuel... I think we do that. Oh wait, they're just tapped out? Are they just dead? I'm missing one mana to just kill them? If I turn Conspicuous Snoop into Harbinger, doesn't have haste. What can I do here? I can Matron. Okay, if I cast Matron, I have 2 mana left. I can get something that costs 4 mana out of the deck. Or I can get something that costs 3 mana out of the deck, and that costs 2 mana. I think the thing to do here, because they didn't kill our Snoop, is to Matron Oh, I can't Matron for the Masked Vandal. We can just Matron for Harbinger, though, and then turn this into a Masked Vandal. So we'll attack for 3, now that we know the top of our deck isn't going to be Kiki Jiki. Oh, I guess we don't know that because we're about to shuffle it again. Oh, this was a mistake. Who cares about the 3? Oh man, I really hope I don't get punished. So we turn our Ignoble Hierarch into a Masked Vandal. We target their Enchantress's Presence. And we have the kill in our hand next turn. We didn't get punished by the top of the deck becoming Kiki Jiki or anything, so that's good. We can turn Masked Vandal into a Matron to get another Snoop if they answer this one. We'll see. They've drawn a lot of cards. They've cycled through a lot of stuff. They still have 6 in hand. So they must have a lot of options here. I don't... Wow, pass? Pass is surprising. Pass is very surprising. What do I do with a pass? I can turn like a lot of stuff into a lot of other stuff. I can just combo them. They have 6 cards in hand. All right, this is like, I just watched Gab Nassif do it when he got to the finals. We're taking a look. Like, what the hell could they be playing that, I mean, are they on path is my question. I would have figured that they're on all enchantment removal, and they are. So, like, they're just dead, right? I mean, I think we go for it. And then, yeah, they're just F6'd, okay. I mean, it took me 2 solid minutes. How's it going, Corey? Good to see you. It's been a while since I've streamed. Glad you dropped by. It's like, it's tough to pull the trigger sometimes. It's like, how does a person with 6 cards in hand just pass? Are they gonna, like, bog me? I have ways to, like, reset the top of my deck if they decide to interact stupidly when I go to copy Boggart Harbinger. So, like, I don't know. This is, like, they're probably dead. So we turn off auto yields. Takes 2 clicks still. We go to copy Boggart Harbinger. They say that's okay. We target them. Going for it. I mean, are they gonna, like, Angel's Grace us? Like, what could this be? I don't really. Okay, they just concede. That was game 2. So game 3, gonna try to do the same thing. I don't think you want to Blood Moon them, like Abundant Growth. I mean, I don't think that they're. I think this is a fine plan that we have already. Like, maybe you want this Fatal Push, but I don't think so. I don't think it's better than anything we have. Maybe this Munitions Expert, but whatever. This is a weird one. They mulled. Vile Empire is really good. This Munitions Expert becomes Matrons, which become other things. I think we're going to keep this. Number one, in the interest of time, but also just... I think it's actually a good hand. Turn 1 Vile into turn 2 Pyre is usually good for the slower matchups. Oh, and drawing that Matron is a big deal. So not only is Vile really good, because like we've just learned, they are on all sorcery speed interaction. But the Matron end of turn Violent Snoop, that whole thing, that's still good. Okay, so here I think we want to Thoughtseize. I'm pretty sure we want to Thoughtseize. Because this is scary. So, like, eliminating how scary that is. Although, if we pyre this turn, we can just Thoughtseize next turn. Like, what could they play that I'm super afraid of other than Sterling Grove? I guess Solitary Confinement, right? So let's just Thoughtseize them. And their Solitary Confinement, on Thin Ice, and Abundant Growth. We take their Solitary Confinement. We pass the turn to them. Next turn, just gonna play Matron, I think. So they draw 2 here, which sucks a little bit. But I mean, Solitary Confinement is the card that really actually stops us from winning. Sterling Grove. Ugh. So you have to kill Sterling Grove before they untap, ideally, actually. I actually don't think we can, though. Because we don't have a way to get a Goblin in the graveyard. So I think, and we can't target Sithis. So, like, we have to hope they don't draw a land. So, we have to hope that they don't draw a land. And we get... I guess I could get Masked Vandal to deal with Solitary Confinement if they get it. But, like, we'll be able to kill the Sithis if they do get Solitary Confinement, and they'll only have, like, 1 or 2 cards in hand. So I think it's best to just get Snoop. And, like, if they sack this Sterling Grove, we just kill the Sithis. Well, there's the 4th land. So, yeah. Oh, they're just gonna put... Second Sterling Grove. Okay, so now we are, like, completely locked out unless they make a mistake of ever targeting their enchantments, which sucks. But they are dead if they don't give themselves hexproof or shroud somehow. So I believe they are, at least, because we're gonna, yeah. Alright, so they're dead. Just the other enchantments you control have shroud, right? So, if you don't see the line, this is where all the chess videos would say, pause the video and figure it out. But the line, the line was not actually to just have it on top, but that'll do. I can show you the line. You wouldn't tick up Vile. Oh my god. It just keeps coming. So the line, I'm in the interest of time, I'm not gonna do it. I have 5 minutes. So, like, we're just gonna play it. They're completely tapped out. Well, here, you don't have to. So, the line was, you Violin Snoop, you keep Violin 2, you play Pyre of Heroes, you Violin Munitions Expert, then you Pyre it away to get Harbinger, set the top of your library Kiki-Jiki, and then go to town. But as it stands, we drew Boggart Harbinger off the top of our library, and then had Kiki-Jiki underneath him. So, yeah, that's it. So, in true green-white player fashion, they're not going to concede. Because my clock is low. I did take 10 more minutes of them, but in their defense, or in my defense, they're playing a prison deck, and they're expecting games to be long slogs, and I have to take the windows of opportunity that I can get, and spotting where they are, how wide the window is open, all that stuff. That's actually the hard part. There's not... So you don't want to move too hastily. So we just set the top. They are wailing on this song. Save targets. So when I said we're gonna beat decks that people shouldn't be playing in Modern, this is kind of what I meant. Enchantress. We almost beat Titan. We beat Hammer Time. So we played like a bunch of coin flips. And we're 3-1. Could be 4-0. But we mulled to 4. We had the turn 3 against Titan. They had a double amulet on turn 2 hand and got to shuffle us away. 4-1. 4-1 the Dream, AJV20. I like that. That's a funny emote. It's very Hearthstone. 7-3 the Dream. I haven't watched that in a long time. Man, remember when Hearthstone was just the base set and we were all playing it and like couldn't be better? And now? They haven't revealed anything. They used to be on Living End. This is like not the best hand versus Living End, but not the worst. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Kinda just doesn't do anything versus Living End quick enough. This hand is pretty good. I'll keep this against pretty much every deck. I think you throw back the Munitions Expert here because this Matron, if you draw a land, promises to become a Boggart Harbinger. But as professionals that just draw Boggart Harbinger into Kiki Jiki every game, we're just going to draw land Harbinger and it'll be fine. So. So Living End getting exiled, but they have Grief. We have double Snoop though, so they'll probably just take Matron. Just waiting on them to do it. The stack is probably in the worst possible place for visibility. So, we now know our 5th opponent. We have an idea of what the league meta looks like. And honestly, it's just a bunch of degenerates. It's good if you're trying to stream, which means I'll be streaming a lot more often, because you can play anything. Because people are not being hyper-competitive in the leagues anymore. I believe that's what we've learned. I mean, although I guess these were decks that we saw in the tournament, so maybe these people are being hyper-competitive and we're just like fit into the meta nicely as a deck that people don't know. I mean, I think Ragavan and Rhino decks are the best decks in the format. They're like your legacy delvers, and like all of the. That sounds wrong to say, so I won't say it. I was gonna say all of the best players will be on those. But what I really should say is all of the players that really want. Oh my God! Did I tell you we were professionals? Man, I'm pretty sure I mentioned being professionals. Now, if they have Brazen Borrower, Electric Bob got 4-1 with Goithless Rock. Yeah, they could have Brazen Borrower. We could have played like a second Snoop to deal with that, but I mean, as it stands, we'll just wait for them to crack a fetch and then go for it, because we don't have to go for it right away. I mean, at the end of their turn, we'll have to go for it, but... And now we'll go for it. You know, I don't know why you even cracked that fetch there, but it's one of those things where, like, you're supposed to just... you're supposed to pretend you have it, and then even if you don't, like, even if you make your land drop and you have nothing, like, you know, I have to go for it at the end of your turn. So they can't even F6 because nobody trusts Moto to actually let them search their deck while they're F6. So they're just okaying through every one of our triggers individually, and I don't blame them. It's not clear that I'm going to be able to win at instant speed if you don't know what the deck does. So I also don't blame them for not conceding with a fetch land on the stack, but we are going to kill them. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. You know, best decks in the format, Rhinos, Ragavan, and I think that is the list. Rhinos and Ragavan Luris decks. Like, everybody pretends that Hammer's good because nobody likes losing the combo. And it's not that Hammer's bad, but it's like Infect, right? They're hateable decks. Whereas Ragavan and Rhinos are just resilient. They get to juke and jive. They are the Delvers of Modern. It's a good band name, Delvers of Modern. They're at 19, and this is... I think that says 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so this is more than enough. When we turn off our auto yields, it takes 2 clicks. We copy our Boggart Harbinger. We go put a Sling Gang Lieutenant on top of our deck. And we kill the opponent with 1 permanent in play. How does that feel? Why do I have so many permanents and you have none? What's going on? How did that happen? Saga decks are all... Yeah. So we can't beat... and when I say we can't beat, I get maybe a well-deserved rap, but I get a lot of shit. In general, not just on the Discord, but in general, for being negative. And I understand it. I am cynical, and I take, like every Magic player does, hyperbolic stances on most things. Even if you don't feel it, you just say it that way, right? You phrase it that way. What do I want here? I think just 4 ley lines is enough. And like you're trying to get out your Sling Gangs and Skirks. Maybe Thoughtseize is just like worth bringing in because who cares about Ringleader? And then like Pyre's probably too slow, and Vile you probably don't want too many of. Munitions Experts are okay. You want things that go to the graveyard, so these are fine. I mean, can they beat a ley line? Probably not. Do you just like... Vile is okay. It's not great. Maybe Pash like Mons? Like, what am I taking out here? Because I want a combo ASAP. You don't need to Blood Moon them, although you could just Blood Moon them. It's probably very difficult for them to beat a Blood Moon. They ever fix the reveal land bug? Do you mean with Blood Moon and Cavern of Souls? Because I don't exactly know what you're talking about. I guess Munitions Expert isn't that good. In fact, the Vile or the Pyre is probably... We'll just hedge and we'll put 3 Vile and Pyre. I don't know what you mean. Anyway, I don't think I finished my sentence, but like we can't ever beat food. We can't beat that deck. Like you can get lucky and they can lose to themselves while you like present your turn 3 combo because they didn't have their thing, which is super consistent, or any removal, which is like super easy for them to have. The reveal a Goblin, yeah, I don't know. I haven't had it happen today.
and the last time I played it was broken, so I'm really not sure. So Skirk Prospector, they kind of can't beat. And we have a Thought Seize, so I think we'll just throw... Yeah. I think we can keep this one, and we're close to our combo, and we get to keep our board state through... I think we just... they could have a Bolt, because they want to interact with our combo, so we'll turn one Thoughtseize. They know we have Prospector now, which maybe I shouldn't have... Okay. I don't think I care about any of this, except the Shardless. I mean, the Brazen Borrowers are going to be tough to beat, but... like, if they play them correctly, but we'll see. We'll reveal that. Yeah, anyway, a lot of these decks that just people aren't playing for what seems like no good reason because they look super powerful, we can't beat, but people just happen to be playing degenerate combo bullshit, which we're fine against. I guess if they drew... I mean, they can just return my Skirk Prospector to my hand, right? So there's like no way that playing it works out here. We'll reveal it again. I'm pretty sure there's no way that playing it works out here, right? So like if they have a living end is what I'm saying. So I think we have to wait on the Prospector. Although, I guess we get a Petty Theft out of their hand. And it eats up their mana so they don't get to cycle. Yeah, we'll play it. And we'll let it go back to our hand. We won't sack it. I think... Do we Harbinger a Sling Gang to the top next turn if we're allowed? We have to play this Copperline Gorge too, just before I forget. I'm going to say it out loud so that when I forget, I can tell you, oh, but I'm not actually that bad. I knew I was supposed to do it, I just didn't. Architects of Will. For some reason, I always want to call it Aquatex of Will because it's got the blue in it, and I think there's an Aquatect card out there. So what did they cycle? They cycled Architects and another striped whatever. So they've got at least... Well, these are the same cards, so let's just call them Brazen Borrowers. I don't like that it does that. Well, that's good. We're just gonna... Whoops. In case there's a an Ignoble on top, we'll keep the green open. So they could here Living End and then try to bounce stuff. I think would I put the Snoop into my graveyard if they Petty Thefted? I might. And in fact, maybe that's a reason that I'm supposed to have left up Munitions Expert. Yeah, I guess I answered my own question there. So now they can't Living End without putting a Conspicuous Snoop into play for me. And I have ways to deal with their Brazen Borrowers if they choose to just play them. So, like, we're still in decent shape here. How am I making copies of Snoop? So the combo, if you've never seen it, so Conspicuous Snoop says, play with the top card of your library revealed. You can cast Goblin spells from the top of your library, which is good. But this last line of text, as long as the top card of your library is a Goblin, Conspicuous Snoop has all activated abilities of that card. So Kiki Jiki, if we put that card into the chat, Kiki says tap it, make a copy of target non-legendary creature. So Kiki itself is legendary, so normally it can't make infinite copies of itself, but Conspicuous Snoop is not. So when you get the Snoop onto the battlefield with Kiki on top of your library, you can make infinite copies of Snoop by just repeatedly tapping it. They now each new one taps to make another one, so they're all tapped. So this is interesting. So we wait for them to cast it. Then they're gonna untap and petty theft, I think. So now that it's on the stack, it's going to resolve. We're gonna be able to kill an architect, I guess. We'll get this into play because why not? Sorry, that's like a very mechanical thing, and my brain freezes to make sure I do it correctly. So there's a Goblin Ringleader on top. We get a trigger here. They get a Cascade trigger. Oh no, it's only when you cast it that you get a holy shit, there's so many windows here. Okay, so I have to choose a target creature or planeswalker. I'll choose the biggest one that I can kill. Anyway, all of your stuff comes into play tapped. Well, it ends up tapped. So if you want to kill them, your last one is not tapped. So you can copy the Boggart Harbinger that you used to set the top of your deck to Kiki and reset the top of your deck again. And you set it to Sling Gang Lieutenant. That's your easiest option, which drains your opponent every time you sacrifice a goblin, and you sacrifice all of the tapped Snoops because they now have that ability. And it's a neat little combo. So if they decide not to bounce for whatever reason... Wait a second. Did they shuffle my library? Where is my library? What's going on here? Oh, Architects of Will. Ah, I see. My library is invisible right now, but I can see that there's an ignoble hierarch in there because I've got the ability. They put a Thoughtseize on top, which is irrelevant. So it was a good move from them. Well, I don't actually think it's irrelevant, is it? They're gonna untap, bounce my Snoop. Swing for 12. I think we may lose this game just because of this second Brazen Borrower. And we'll see if they play it out correctly, though. So, I don't know. They've played one Brazen Borrower. I have no idea why this Architects of Will is revealed. I guess I'm supposed to just block. Yeah, we'll take 7. And we'll see if they let us resolve this Thoughtseize. I don't imagine they will. So maybe I'm supposed to have just played the Ringleader off the top because we knew this was coming. But like, if I can survive and all they've got is this stuff, I think I'm okay. I don't care about Foundation Breaker. I do care about them playing Grief. So our way to win this game is to survive the damage of next turn, which I actually don't think we can. 7. Wait, let's think about this for a second. So, we get to block 1. If they Brazen Borrower, they have double blue, they do. Can I... Do they know I have Harbinger? They don't. So if I just leave open black-red, I'm not dead. And if they go for it, I am dead, but... our out is them not going for it. Looks like they're about to, though. So... The other thing I could have done is I could have put Sling Gang on top so that I gain a life. Do I just double block here and hope for more time? This is 5. This is 15. So if I block here, taking 8, 9, 10. Oh, I didn't mean to okay through that. Oh well. Yeah, we're dead. I just want to draw the next couple cards off the top to see if there was a way out of that. Like, even if I had Snoop next... How's it going, Roper? And good to see you. Even if I had Snoop next, I'm not sure that I win. Like... So had I gotten Sling Gang on top, I would have blocked, and then... sacked. I would have been at 7 more, 6 life. Play Sling Gang, you block again, you take 5. You go up to 8 and then back down to yeah. I don't think we're winning that game. But I also don't think that they're going to have a good time with a ley line if we find one. So now that we are with our backs against the wall, we're going to look a little bit harder for the ley line at the beginning, which, to be perfectly honest, is not the type of modern gameplay that I like, but it is the modern gameplay that we get. So double ley line means they're gonna need double Brazen Borrower, and that would cost them 4 mana to do in 1 turn, and then they wouldn't, like, best case scenario, they would get to cycle 1 thing and then Cascade before I recast a Leyline of the Void, because we can actually play black cards. This isn't a Legacy or Vintage deck where you bring in Leyline of the Void because you need the speed and actually can't cast it. We can. Although, to be fair, there are Legacy and Vintage decks that make black mana and play Leyline of the Void, but it's not often, actually, that you see people casting Leylines, hard casting them at least. So you don't actually save information either way, other than I don't have a turn 1 play. And this looks a little weaker, so I'm gonna play this. And when I say it looks a little weaker next to double Leyline against my graveyard combo opponent, that's obviously a relative thing. But, oh, that's not good, actually. That is the worst draw in the deck, because now we can't combo, and we need to kill them honestly, which we can do fairly well, but not what you want to see. Not what you want to see. The easiest way to kill them from here is to get, like, Sling Gangs, and now they can still cast Living End to just kill our stuff, by the way. That's a thing. I really wish I could play this off the top, but you can't. So let's see. Maybe I just want to play it next turn. Yeah. I think so. So now we're insulated from living ends just plague winding us. If they bounce this, we just replay it? That's a curious play. Maybe I'm supposed to look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Okay, it's just a 2-mana cycler, but with a fancy cycle. Just cycling through their deck, voiding all their shit. So this could be petty theft here. They don't know that we can't combo. Don't need anything other than a mountain. Just gonna hit him. Do I change the clock by playing this matron out? Yes, because it's 4 damage. And we can't play this ringleader anyway, so. But Living End is a very good matchup for us. When people talk about good matchups and they count Hammer Time and Titan, I'm just like, whoa, are you sure? But Living End, that's a good matchup. Do I just get more Snoops? Like, Harbinger is a bluff. So, like, why do that? Seeing as I just wanted to, like... let's just get Sling Gang Lieutenant. We can play the Sling Gang Lieutenant, and it is lethal, so... we just have to sack Matron or something before, so... Before we play it. So, they bounce our Skirk Prospector, and at this point, if they Living End us, that would be bad. Like, untap Living End, kill my 2 creatures. I actually don't have a ton to play, do I? So... I think I just... I'll put the Matron in the graveyard. I think just the Matron needs to go to the graveyard. Because I don't want to sack the Skirk Prospector and then, like, they don't cast Living End. Although maybe they're just, like, priced into casting Living End, aren't they? I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, they could have that Evoke Elemental here and kill one of our ley lines. So that's a thing. Getting a card that we can't cast, a little bit of hubris, but I mean, we do have Skirk plus Munitions Expert, so it's not like we have nothing to do with our mana. Second Kiki was a bit of a blow. What you got, Oscar Franco? Got a hard cast Curator of Mysteries. Just tapping out. Wishing I had something to punish you for just tapping out. But I don't. So I guess we just play Skirk Prospector. Hold up Munitions Expert. Pass the turn back. 4th land on top pretty much ends the game. We'll see if it gets there. Wow, just attacking. Cool. I mean, if they don't have a Cascade spell in their hand, I'd be shocked. So, do I want to play Sling Gang or Munitions Expert here? They can't block with any of their flash creatures, so I think we just attack. And then if we resolve this Sling Gang, are they not just dead? Make blue mana, assert dominance? So like they cast Living End, sack my shit, it all comes back. Ah, subtlety. So, I mean, I'll draw it again. I think it's worth drawing again. It's also another sack outlet when we draw it again. So if they cast Living End at this point, even if they bounce one of our guys, we can still sack both of them either way, if we so choose. We can also bring them to 3 life. So short of another subtlety, just resolving this next turn should kill them. Bring them down to 2 life. Cycling. They get a scry before the cycle. Put a card on the bottom. Chances are they got nothing. Will they attack? They can't really attack, can they? Another cycle. 2 cards in hand. They scry to the bottom. 3 cards in hand. 4 mana. What do you got? Another subtlety? Could be another subtlety. Not sure another subtlety is enough. I am just gonna attempt to cast Sling Gang again, I think. If I get just like tempo subtlety out of this game, that would be something. Is there... They have 7 damage. Another subtlety would bring it to 10. Is there a reason to sack my whole board? Like now? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to attempt to play it main 1. Let's make blue mana. Assert some dominance. So, upon resolution, they die. Let's see if it resolves. So, they should just be dead. I don't believe. Yeah, okay. Cascade, would you like to cast Living End? Alright, well, you do you. Do they have a way to, like, exile my graveyard? Alright, nope. So, that's a 4-1. I mean, we played Living End, Hammer Time, Primeval Titan, Black-White Sewer, Reanimator, Junk Garbage, and Enchantress. So... Not an unimpressive 4-1, but all of the matchups we kind of want to see, right? Like just the basic turn 3 combo stuff that is our bread and butter. So if we keep running into that, we'll be fine. We're probably going to queue up another league here. I kind of want to take down the stream to make the YouTube video easier. So... just so I don't have to upload it. So I'm gonna take a quick 5-minute break. I'm gonna take the stream down and put it back up. I know there's a way to do this better than that. That's the way I know. We're gonna be playing another league in 5 minutes. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna, you know, wait for the videos to separate themselves. Anyway, please stick around. Please follow. If
If you're watching this on YouTube, come hang out with us on Twitch so we have people to talk to during the games. That's the best part. I don't make money from any of it, but we just like having a good time playing Goblins, getting better at the game. I will see you on the other side of the break, everyone. Thank you.